dun, 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 dun. Do you like my sound effects? Welcome to the lighting challenge final submission, where I am going to go through all these amazing lighting challenges of the unexpected catch, and I'm going to announce the winner. Hi, this is Jasmine Katatikarn, co-founder and CEO of the Academy of Animated Art, and I am excited to go through all these amazing submissions. So let's take a quick look through them. No special order whatsoever. Just kind of gonna scroll through them as you ooh and ah. And I love just seeing the variations, the time of day. It is all super, super inspiring. So I believe, yep, that's the last one. So let's get started. I will go quickly through all of these. I'm not going to do a full feedback critique, maybe just kind of mention one or two things, and then I'm going to cut straight to the chase and announce the winner. So let's do this. So here we have Andre, and I think this is looking great. I really like especially how there's kind of like this speck here in the dark side. I think it's a little bit too strong, but I really appreciate that, and I'll kind of be speaking to that as I go. Because it is really tricky, right? Especially in the fill side and the dark side to kind of have that shaping, especially on a darker skin character. And this is really I'll link to this, but Mike did a really great job of sharing how to light specifically for dark skinned characters. And we actually did a whole kind of presentation seminar from at the Foundry for this a couple years back that I'll also link to. And I think you'll find it super beneficial and helpful just to think about this. But specular highlights plays a key role, color, and whatnot. So this is definitely going along towards that line, and I really appreciate that. That being said, like looking back and as I'm squinting at this, I'm seeing definitely good shaping around here. I feel like it could go a little bit stronger, and I'd love to see more of like a wrap back here as well, because it's falling a little flat to me here. Um, and this is actually feeling like it's almost clipped. Like I want this spot to be even hotter. And by clipped, I mean like the values are clamped. So that like I'd love to feel more of that intensity, and that way I feel like you could really sell this shot even more and be more dramatic about it. But overall, I think it's a great job. I love the color choices, and yeah, let's go to the next one. Great, and I love how like there's different angles. This is what I love about this lighting challenge, right? You can really see someone's personality. You added that island back there with the house. I love that addition, and even like the angle, I'm liking that. Some things to watch out for looking at this. My eye really goes to these clouds because it's kind of the hottest point. So I feel like they might be blowing out a bit. And again, I'd love to see a bigger hit here in the back of her head. She's feeling a little flat overall. She's kind of the same tone if I squint. So, like, considering the intensity here of the clouds, and I'm seeing it in him, but I'd love to see it more in her and like get that shaping back there. I think that'd be really nice. I think your water looks really nice. Yeah, and I like this effect here. Is it kind of like water on the lens? That's what I'm actually didn't notice that, but that's what it reminds me of. I don't think that's it. I think it's the defocus, but that'd be kind of cool. It's like splashing water on the lens, and that's kind of like the artifact that you would see. So let's go on to the next one. Juan Lopez, always strong showing. I love it, Juan. I think it's great. I love how you added this light here to kind of give it that central like interest. And it really does a great job of lighting her face here. I'm seeing her face, I'm seeing his face. It's really nice and equal. And you know, normally I'd say, bounce up a little bit more light here, but I am liking the contrast. So I'm liking your choices here. I think overall it's a really good job, and I'm liking it. I don't have too many things, but I like the simplicity of it. You know, the single light source here, the warm against the cool. So great job on that. And next we have Cora. And I think this is looking great. And like I said, I love the variation, how you can go from like a night scene here, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, it's sunny and daylight. Um, the thing here I would suggest that I'm really seeing, and this is hard, right, when you're kind of trying to balance lights and composition, is that he's getting full sun, right? And she's kind of falling into darkness. And this is where you have to think about your composition, your sun position, like how can you balance it a little bit better? And of course, if the storyline is all on him, all in his face, then you're doing the job, right? I'm just basically focusing directly on him. But if she's part of the storyline, I want to see some kind of light on her, especially on her face. She's falling a little bit dark. So definitely when you're lighting something, think about the story. Think about where you want to draw the viewer's eye. But overall, I think this is a great job. I love the wispiness of the clouds in the back, and I like the brightness of the sun. Ooh, here we go. Okay, this I love. I think it's great. I think it's interesting how you played against, you know, the dark against light, and then you kind of flipped it here with the light against a little bit of the darkness. It's super kind of graphic, contrasty. I really like it. The one thing I would say is to balance out, like as I squint, she feels like what I like the dramaticness, is that a word, of this, but I want to see more. I want to see a little bit more in this dark area. I think like to balance it out, you see how his darks don't get nearly as dark as her, and I know she's against this bright light, but I think like it's too big of a difference. I feel like she goes almost black. We're losing all that lovely detail in here. So I would fill that in a little bit more, and also that kind of specular. Like this is where, and again, I'll link to where we mention about how to light, especially for darker skin, but how to utilize that specular highlight in the fills, in the dark areas, to really kind of bring out that shaping, but not overly light the character. So I think this is where it would really help. And I'd love to see, like, you're kind of seeing those bounces here, but like, it'd be lovely to see like that bounce here of this warm kind of come up. So I think this is a great job. And yeah, you can bring it even further. And I love these little lights here. I'm just noticing that right now. Okay, and then now, great. I mean, it's amazing how you can change so much in one shot, right? So this is a great job as well. I love this big moon in the back. And did you add that crab, or was that crab always there? Now I'm gonna look um, to the other ones. But I really like what's going on here. The moon really creates a nice composition. And as I'm looking at it more, one thing I will say, which I don't have much to say because I love the stylizedness of this, is that it's almost like two in focus, right? I almost want the moon to be a little defocused to like kind of add that depth to it. I think that would really like set it back, because right now I'm kind of like, is the moon right behind them? So that's one thing I'd say. But here, I think this is, and I know this is the same artist, by the way, for those that are watching. These two are the same artist, so I will just say that I think this is more successful in the fills, and you are getting that shaping even in the dark. So I kind of utilize that in this one here, especially in this area. I think you could just bring it up um, to that level, and kind of this. I think this is. I would say this one's more successful than the other one. I like the other one too, but I'm liking this one. Defocus that moon in the back. Okay, next up. Okay, awesome. I love how the differences in colors. I love your color choices. One thing I'd say is I'll go back and simplify this a little. Like, I'm unsure where that light source is coming from. Um, so I would kind of use that direction, like where is that light source coming from, and and take that out. It seems a little bit bright and a little confusing. So I would, you know, reassess, bring it all down, and just start with the main light source, and then tie it all in slowly. Again, and then this this piece, I'm not sure what this is, but it's a little bit, I would even maybe just leave it out and simplify it, but I would go back and take a look at the original light source.
Not bad.
Okay, that was my son saying not bad. No, there you go. And Juan, awesome. Now this is your version of the daylight, and I'm really liking it. I like the clouds, by the way, and it's looking really good. I'm trying. Let's think. This is interesting. Did you change the material? It almost looks like he's in a sack now, like not a boat, but almost like a cloth sack. That I'm not sure about. I don't know if you changed that material, but I'd watch out for that. And then, but overall, I think it's really good. I feel like, I don't know, one thing that I am noticing is I almost feel like it's overly lit. I think maybe I'm just looking from the up like this to the other one, but I feel like it can go a little bit down, just to get a little bit more shaping. Oh, you know what it is? They're too dry. They look too dry to me. Like, she needs to be more specular. She just came out of the water. I think she would be wet. She feels like she's all like very dry. So I think that would really bring it out. You added those like those things like she's wet. And him too. I mean, I know he's not meant to be super wet or anything, but he's feeling just too matte. So I think that is something that I'm really seeing here. But overall, I think it's looking great. And then here, oh, I love the angle. I love the angle that you took on this. One thing I would say is just, watch out right here. It's just getting way too bright and blown out. We're kind of losing all that detail. So that's something that I would watch out for. Again, here that is getting too blown out as well.
Not bad.
Not bad. That's what my 4-year-old son says. So yeah, I think it's great. I love how you played with the camera angle, and yeah, I think I'll just balance out the lights a little to start. Okay, and this one, here you go. It's looking good. I like how it's like a very specific light source. I feel like the light source is a little bit too crisp. If it was the moon that far away, it would be defocused. I like the Atmo going on back here, but it's kind of not getting any shaping. So I'd either like play with the shaping here, get some, kind of darks and lights in there, or even just, it depends. If it's working for you or against you, I could just like remove it completely and just defocus that background, because it's distracting me right now. For some reason, I'm looking straight at that, and I'm looking straight at the moon instead of these two characters. So that's just where I would start. And then from there, I would say with this strong of a light, I would think I'd have more of like a rim on them, and not so much like this light. It's like almost there's a light in between them, which I'm not feeling like where that light source would be. So I'd start with that. Let's, make it more of a rim type light. Let's defocus this, soften the background, and get some shaping back here as well. Ooh, I love how here, this one, the tail is kind of glowing. That's so cool. And then you get the bounce from the green. I'm really liking that. And the atmosphere in the back, kind of that purplish color, and the reflection. I think it's all working really well. It's really cool. I love the composition of this. I would say it's interesting. I'm looking at it, and yeah, the main light source does seem to be coming from her tail, even from, it bouncing back onto him. So I do like that. I think you could even to add a different light. Like, I like that that's a light source, but I would add where is the moon? Where's that moon light? Because that could add another detail like back here, and add that extra like pop from the background, like that kind of rim. And then also I'd say it's getting a little bit dark right under here, over here, and here. I'd like a little bit more bounce from the water. And yeah, I guess I'm looking at the water and the pattern on it, and I think it's interesting. But then I'm wondering, like, where's that pattern coming from? So like I almost want them to be more like bumps on this water in a way, like more detail to kind of share what that would be. Okay, but amazing. I really like the tail. And then here, okay, this is lovely. I love this. I love this is kind of, remember in the beginning where I was saying that one shot felt clamped. Um, this does not feel clamped to me. This feels like very vibrant, and I'm definitely feeling this rim from the key from the sun, and it's really nice. And I like the angle. I like the slow angle. I like the depth of field going on here. And yeah, I really don't have much here. I think that it's balanced out nicely. I like the fills. It goes dark, but not too dark. I think it's really successful. I love the colors as well on this. So really well done. Okay, awesome. Here we have another great submission. This I'd say like one, what's standing out to me at first is like the water is feeling really flat. I kind of introduce a little bit more texture into that. And then here I see the sun's coming from this angle, but so I see how he's being, filled with the sun. But her light, I'm a little confused how it's wrapped around here. And it's also like much cooler. So I would start simplifying, like, are they the same light? And then if so, I don't think they are the same light, but I would kind of simplify this light here. And then also it's like a very hard shadow here. So I play with like softening it, seeing how you can wrap it and like really help tell the story on this and start shaping it a little bit better. But I do like how, like, she's popping here. I think it's just the intensity is a little strong. You need to look at the color value as well. Yeah, but awesome, awesome submission. And then here, a great job. I love everyone's backgrounds. How, I noticed the details, like the little birds in the back. Great. And the sunset and the lighting. And here, this is a great example how this water has that like rippling. So I really like that. And I like the sheen that's going on in the mermaid. And I think, overall, it's doing a great job. I like the depth of field on this too. Overall, and then I'd say like I'd love to add that specular kind of fill on her. Because I do, like, I have this picture, I almost want dripping water from her. Because if she's just being pulled straight from the sea, like, she's so dry. So, like, I kind of want, like, dripping water on her. And then his shock of, like, oh my God, she just came out. And she's just kind of looking at me like, why are you bothering me? Type of mood. So I think that's where here would really help. And I think she might be getting too filled actually. And I think a specular fill would, specular highlights here on the dark area would help with the shaping. But I think his shaping is really good. Okay. Ooh, I think that's the end. So amazing job again as I go through all of these. It was really hard to decide, let me tell you. I thought there's so many great submissions, but in the end, ready? Should I do my Okay, one special shout out. Excuse me, sorry for the background noise. Special shout out to Juan Lopez. I'm loving this one. This was very close to winning the vote here. Also here, another close, very close. And the winner is dun, 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 Pool. Okay, sorry if I totally butchered your name, but this is the winner. What do you think?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, can you say congratulations? You won.
Congratulations. Not bad.
Not bad. Woo! Congratulations. Let's celebrate. Thank you for everyone that submitted, and I can't wait to see the next one. Again, if you want to participate in the next lighting challenge, the link is below, and you can also go back to all our previous lighting challenges and light them and put them in your portfolio and yeah, show them off. They're there just for that. So thank you again, and have a great day, everyone. Happy lighting.